Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the shop. It is about 25 degrees out finally, about 2:30 in the afternoon. Last night it was down 12 degrees. We had snow the day before, with snow yesterday I mean. We had wind chills taking it down in the single digits around this area. Luckily where I'm at, the wind wasn't blowing much. So it's been cold. That's one reason I haven't been making any videos. We're still waiting on funds to get firewood, so we scrounged up some scrap wood and stuff to get the stove going. It's about 65 degrees in here, so we can't complain about that. This is made in Japan. I know we're all probably getting tired of some of this stuff, but this is the time to do some of this when I'm bored. We're going to just wire brush this. I don't know if I'm going to paint this. If this looks good enough metal, we're just going to clear coat it with some of that clear gloss. And like the screw, it's just going to be cleaned up on the wire brush, as shiny as I can get it, and it will definitely be clear coated. What I do is, I'll probably take it outer ways, clear coat this end, then when it dries, I'll screw it back in and clear coat the other part. So, we don't know for sure what we're going to do with this part. We'll be using the wire brush in our drill, how we mount it in our vise. And that's about it. Maybe a little bit of hand brushing and some with the Dremel. We'll probably take some Dremel brushes and little cracks and stuff. But I've shown all that before, all those different tools I use. And we're still thinking on something else for today. This might not be a long one. I always say that. It always ends up being about 15 minutes because I talk through the whole thing. But we'll get back to you once we get this cleaned up. It's been used for painting and stuff. I bought some bigger ones, which I'll show you at Harbor Freight. So we're retiring these. The same as those ones we painted green. They're retired now, unless I use them for woodworking. So no more welding, no more rough surface for service. You can do this. It's Sunday in the shop. We're allowed to make mistakes when we talk. Anyway, let's talk more work. See you in a few minutes here. Okay, we really got this cleaner than what we thought we would. This had longer bristles on it. I probably showed it in another video on another tool thing. I wore it down to nothing. But I was in there polishing this on end. And several different Dremel bits pointed. To get down between the letters, get all that red paint out. I don't know what color this was before. I painted a lot of my clamps red, and all I've seen on this is red, so I had wire brushed them pretty good. There might be a couple spots in there I've missed. We are thinking about taking a model car brush. We just have some spray black. We can spray it in a lid or like a pop bottle lid. We're thinking about painting this black in here and leaving this part all metal. It almost fool you thinking this is an aluminum clamp. It really shined up good. So that's what we're going to try, then we'll be back. If it don't work, we just might spray the whole thing black. Just give up. But we're going to give it a try. We're going to try to go in here with the black, then come back and rub the letters off. You know, get it off the letters with some thinner or something. So stay tuned. And we are done. It's not perfect. I took and sprayed some in the lid, some white gloss black, brushed it in there, hung it by the wood stove, actually hung it off the handle for the damper because the stove wasn't real hot. Then we took the Dremel, took the paint back off the letters, then we sprayed it with some clear coat, and we left this alone. Probably put some oil on there. We messed up a little bit on the Japan. We'll get it around here. Messed up a little bit on, I don't know if you can even see it on the camera, but there you go. Just something different. The metal just looks so nice. This stuff will grind very easily. When I was using my round Dremel bits, so I didn't make lines there, I kept going real fast. Okay, go different directions. That way you don't get rid of that cast iron, you know, pitted look like that. You don't want it to look smooth in one spot. But it's not perfect. It's not going to be used. It'll just be for display, or I might use it on wood. It's not going to ever be used for welding or anything again. So Sorry that it's a short one this week. But at least we did something. We're about 3 hours into this. Starting to get dark outside. About 3 hours in this. Cleaning, painting, letting it dry for a little bit. Explain why this was out. This popped off. I had it all the way backed up to here, wire brushing it, and got a little aggressive, and it popped off, but it did snap back on. So see that? There's a way I can heat and peen that down if I really wanted to, but it's not going to fall off too easy. Let's get back on here. Might as well show that. It's not going to fall off real easily. You'd have to pull out like I did. And I lied. It is popping off easy. So, we'll just show that on here. But, like I said, it'd just be for display. If I'm going to use it, I'm going to have to peen that down. And the way I would do it is I would put a piece of steel in here to protect the paint and everything. I'd put a piece of, like an inch thick piece of steel. I'd heat this up like with my propane torch, and I'd come here with a punch and I'd hit that all the way around, and I'd push that metal over. So I'd have a hunk of metal in here, even if I wasn't going to paint it, because you don't want to get this hot and warped. So that's one way of doing it. Clamp it device somehow where you don't scrape it. Put a good thick hunk. I got like inch thick metal. And then just heat it up. Doesn't have to be red hot. Heat it. Just smack it with like a roll pin punch. Something that's flat on the bottom. And it's not going to come off there. I've fixed them that way before over the years. On real cheap ones. If you remember, the green ones had a little snap ring in there. So it did come back off easy. See, once it was knocked off. But I did that by having it clear out here and forcing the wire brush down in there to try to clean it without it spinning, and that just forced it to come off. So there you go. And I don't think we're going to get this to display it and have it like that. Probably like that. It's not going to go anywhere. So thanks for watching. We'll give you a couple close-up shots of the lettering, and we'll see you again next week.